Hey everyone, welcome to Sunday Night Soul Time for the Sunday, March 29th, 2020. Hope you're getting used to your new normal. What a crazy time. What can I say? Actually, I have a lot to say. Before we get into tonight's topic, I do want to let you know I'm here to support you. There is one sheet in the email about how I've just changed a lot to do with my services to meet these unique critical kind of crisis moment times, including really supporting, women more than I ever have right now. And I've just changed the whole scope of how I do contracts, making it easy. Like if you want to just engage me for one session, that's fine. I've cut my rates to really just try and help support women. I see from my current clients how much they're struggling with these new roles of, homeschooling plus all the other responsibilities and, just all the kinds of things that come into play, just even being confined at home. And it's a really, really stressful time. And look, I'm here for you. I want to help. I want to offer myself up to help. So I've tried to make it absolutely as easy as possible. So if you need support, someone that needs support and is just losing their mind, if you're at a company and you want to support women and you just see that they need extra support, now's the time to offer extra support to women, not less. So I hope we can do that. And I'm here to help and I would love to help. So I just kind of leave you with that. So tonight I wanted to talk to you about meeting fear with compassion. I did an online free class this week, which you also have a link to, where I go into this in a lot more detail. It's an hour-long class. And it was a really good process for me. It's always interesting when you're teaching something that you're really struggling with. So, I was preparing for this and even while teaching it and having, I've had a lot of anxiety this week. I have a lot of stuff, I'm a business owner, so there's all those concerns and just a slew of others, like everyone is feeling. And, I live alone, so quarantining alone brings up all other kinds of things as well. I'm pretty good at being by myself, but this is like a whole new level. So, it was an interesting process for me, but it helped me to really dive in and remind myself of what I know about fear, what fear represents and how to meet it. And we are in such a time right now, like the only answer is to meet it with compassion. And I'm going to take you through a little bit of a process how to do that, and we'll meditate on it. But I really encourage you right now to have patience for your fear, to sit with your fear, to feel your fear, to not judge your fear, to really acknowledge it and be with it. When stuff at this level is coming up, like it needs to be felt. It needs to be experienced, is how, no matter how icky and uncomfortable that is, but that is really the only way through. I obviously, if you follow my work, I do speak a lot about fear, and I usually spend a lot of my time talking about that 80% kind of, 80% of our thoughts are negative fear-based thoughts. Research says 85% of them never come into fruition. So I spend all my time teaching about the kind of monkey mind and the incessant fear-based thinking we have and what that reveals to us about our own healing. And, fear is still an energy that's always reflecting something within us to be healed. It can be really deep rooted stuff, like the scariest, deepest fears we have, like what's happening now. But it is still always doing that. But it was an interesting thing for me to shift into teaching about the 15%, the stuff that, is anchored in reality, not just the insanity of the mind, though there is a lot of that still layered onto what's going on right now. So I don't want to discount that, but it is an interesting process for me. But at the same time, at the end of the day, whatever is coming up for you right now, it is showing something to you, and it's showing something that wants to be acknowledged and felt and sat with and surrendered to. It's stuff that is asking you to surrender to and to trust. I mean, really, that's what the lesson in all of this is. And it is the hardest lesson. And the fact that it's happening on a global scale, happening in the collective consciousness, is very interesting. It's really like a mass fear detox we're all going through right now. Like all of our deepest, darkest fears being brought up at once, and we're really having to sit with them, look at them, be clear about them, have clarity on them, but really experience and feel them and practice surrender and trust, because what else can we do? There's no other answer here but to surrender and trust. There really isn't. And so I encourage you to, within all of us, there's what's called, divine masculine energy and divine feminine energy. Whether you're man or woman, being in harmony with the two is really where it's at. And, I think a lot of us have been in the male energy about this, like taking action, planning, and that's all positive when we need to do that, though. I don't know if we need to hoard the toilet paper, but the divine feminine wants you to feel, nurture, experience, be open. And that's also what we need to do in this moment, especially as it pertains to the fear. So I really encourage you to do that right now and meet this moment, because fear is coming up. And whenever any emotion comes up, it's because it wants you to look at something. It wants you to feel something. It wants you to, learn something from it, surrender to it, release it. But you have to do that with compassion and love for yourself. So these are the 4 things that I recommend you do right now with any fear that is coming up around this. And this might be, just a daily moment to moment, minute to minute process. But the first thing is it wants to be acknowledged. What you resist persists. So really acknowledging it right now. And to me, it's even more powerful if you say it to someone else. That really, like, speaking it into being is a powerful form of acknowledgement. Or at least even saying it out loud to yourself. I am afraid of this right now. And saying it, like, fear wants to be acknowledged. So acknowledging it right now and speaking it is really important. And that starts to initiate the release of it, the initiate. And then the second thing is you want to sit in without judgment. Once you acknowledge it and speak it out, is just kind of look at it. Don't judge it. Don't say, oh my God, you're being ridiculous, or whatever it is, no judgment. And that's the compassion part. Just really be one with it. Look at it, be kind to it, that's it, really kind of be with it. And then third is what you want to do is like fully allow yourself to feel it. Feeling and all the emotional and physical aspects that come with feeling is actually how you release it from you. Fear sits in your body. And so you really want to allow yourself to feel it. What we do is we resist the feeling, and then it just sits with us and we're fearful all day long. You want to feel it as it comes up and just let it out, however you need to do that. And then the fourth thing is when and if the time feels right, and if this feels right to you, you might just need to sit in the 1, 2, 3 of this right now, the acknowledge, the sit, and the feel, and that's it. But if you feel called to go deeper, you might want to look and understand it. You might want to go, oh, I'm thinking it's about this, but it's really about this. Okay, I understand this is my deepest, darkest fear. And then if you want, you choose to surrender, or you choose to have a new clarity and perspective about it. Maybe it wasn't anchored in some kind of reality, perhaps, when you do that. But those are the 4 things, acknowledge, sit with it with compassion, without judgment, feel it, and then look to understand it. Look to have some perspective about it. Look to understand it deeper, because fear also wants to be understood. What is it reflecting to you? Is this something that is truly anchored in reality? How real? Yes. And if so, practice surrender. And the final thing I'll say about this before we meditate is, you still have a choice. Now, do not avoid trying not to feel right now when I say what I'm going to say. If you just need to be in the feeling of fear, feeling the feeling of fear. But if it feels like you're just sitting in it to sitting in it, you're sitting in front of the news all day, watching the news all day, that you're just getting in the addiction of fear, and you're getting in that energy, remember your power to shift. Remember that is when you've done the feeling work, when you've done the releasing work, you also, your most empowered state is to not sit in the fear-based thoughts, to choose to see the positive things that are going on, to choose to give gratitude for the good things that happened that day, to choose to visualize a positive outcome of whatever it is you're afraid about, to choose positive affirmations, to choose to do something that makes you happy. So don't let yourself fall victim to the energy of fear and being in the fear all day and sitting in that, because it's not good for you on any level. When you feel you've done the release and the feeling work, remember your true power. Remember your true power. And that is, you can shift at any moment by choosing your thoughts, choosing your activities, choosing your feelings. Okay. But yeah, you know, anyway, if there's anything I can do to help you, reach out to me. I would really love to do so. And let's meditate. So go ahead and join me in closing your eyes. And just make sure you're comfortable. And just allow yourself to start to anchor into your body. And let's start with some deep breaths together as you breathe in and release. Breathe in again and release. Breathe in and release. And just join me in dropping into your heart center. Imagine a beautiful ocean wave is flooding your mind, releasing all thought, worry, doubt. As you start to enter in, dropping in, and just being at peace and one. And join me now in connecting to your light. As you imagine a beautiful white light in the center of the earth. And we're going to invite this light, and you're going to imagine that it has the power to completely release any fear stuck in your body. As we call this light up, and it starts traveling through all the layers of the earth. And it slowly begins to enter in through the bottom of your feet, coming up through your calves, into your knees, into your thighs, into your hips and pelvis, flooding your stomach, your back, and it clears away all fear, all negativity, all low-level energy of any kind. And it comes into your heart and your upper back, into your shoulders and arms, into your throat and neck, into your face, your head, your mind, clearing away, rinsing and releasing all fear, all worry, all doubt of any kind. And the light goes out the top of your head, and it travels up, 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 above the stars, above the sky, higher than you can imagine, where it meets a huge, huge golden sun of light, like 1,000 times the size of our sun. And this beautiful golden light will also help you step in and out of any alignment to fear, as this liquid gold light starts to pour down upon you like a waterfall, flooding into the top of your mind, going down your face, your head, your throat and neck, your shoulders and arms, down your chest and back, your stomach, your lower back, your hips, your pelvis, your legs, your knees, And it goes out back the bottom of your feet, down back to the center of the earth. And then it quickly bounces up and lands right in the center of your heart. And now you're going to shine your light out as your heart light grows bigger and bigger until this golden light is surrounding you 360 degrees. And now push it out to cover the room you're in, the home or building you're in, the city, the state, the country, and then the entire globe. Feel how expansive you are. And as you're sitting here, I'm going to ask for you to bring forth one of the biggest fears that you have right now. Just imagine it as a ball of energy sitting right in front of you. And just feel it there. Acknowledge what the fear is. Look at it with compassion and love and understanding. And it's okay to feel this fear. The feeling of it can't hurt you. Just have compassion and love for it. And when you're ready and it feels safe, I'll count to 3 and you'll imagine you're just severing your connection to this fear. You might imagine a cord that connects you to the fear. And on my count of 3 and a breath, and if you choose, you'll just release this fear now and watch it dissolve into the light all around you. On the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3. Breathe in and release. And just imagine you're releasing this fear and it's dissolving into the light, dissolving into the light. And just feel how much freer and at peace you feel, and how much lighter you feel. And let's do one more together. Again, bring forward anything else, the next biggest fear that you have right now in this moment. Again, imagine it's in front of you, just like a small ball of energy. Again, acknowledge what it is. And just look at it with love and compassion, understanding, and allow yourself to feel this fear and just be with this fear. And again, on the count of 3 and a breath, you'll just imagine, if you choose, that you're releasing this fear, cutting any attachment to it, and allowing it to be dissolved into the light that's all around you. On the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3. And release your breath, release this fear, and just imagine it dissolving in the light. And as you do, just imagine all this purple light starts to enter in, a violet purple, and it just spirals around you counterclockwise, lifting out any remnants of these two fears and any other fears that you're feeling right now at this moment in time, helping restore you to your natural state of well being and calm. And as this happens, just take in these affirmations. I am safe. I have everything I need right now. I choose to know that I am safe in this moment. I choose to know that I am taken care of. I choose to trust that all is well. And just feel all this gold and violet light now spiraling around, and just lifting you up in joy and happiness, in the high vibration of love and joy and bliss. And just imagine that beautiful golden roots are coming out of the bottom of your feet, anchoring you deep into the center of the earth. And just choose to feel lighter and freer and happier, at one with yourself and your truth. And as you do, you can start to come back to your body, wiggling your fingers, your toes, and opening your eyes and joining me when you're ready. Welcome back. You can repeat that meditation as many times as you want. I just want you to know that you are supported. If there's anything I can do for you, don't hesitate to reach out. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye for now.